The Falcon and the Winter Soldier show is debuting soon, so it is time for a pre-episode discussion. Hey, it's me AP, and welcome to the Saturday movie show, everyone. I hope you're all having a lovely Saturday. Here in the UK, it is a very windy and wet day today. It has been windy and wet for the past couple of days, actually, here in the UK. It's not been great. You can hear the winds. I was actually worried this morning, thinking the winds are probably going to actually blow the house down or blow the windows out. Thankfully, that has not happened, and I'm safe in my home. But you can hear the wind really loudly through. I mean, I've got a window to the right of me, and you can hear the wind just howling in. And like I said, the past couple of days, it's just been crazy the weather over here in the UK. I don't know where it's like in the rest of the world, but it's been quite windy and wet, and it's not been great. I'm looking forward to the summer. I imagine a lot of us are now looking forward to the summer months. A bit of warm weather, and yeah, I think it'll be nice. I think we're all much needed of the nice weather. So let's get on with the show anyway. The Saturday movie show. So as I said, today is a pre-debut discussion about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I wanted to do this because I'm a fan of Marvel movies, now Marvel TV shows, and I think there's a lot to discuss about this upcoming series with its impact on the movies, and I think it's just a really good discussion to have. I'm looking forward to this show. I'm excited for this show, and I think there's lots of different questions to tackle today on the Saturday Movie Show in regards to the upcoming debut. So let's talk about it. First of all, let's just roll some of the facts. So the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, starring Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, and Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, the Falcon. And it is kind of the follow-up of the ending of Avengers Endgame, and spoil. This will be, if you've not seen this by now, I'm not even going to give you a spoiler countdown. If you've not watched the Avengers by now, you're not a full-on MCU fan, and you should know what's going on with the MCU by now. But we are going to be discussing Avengers stuff as well within this episode. So, I mean, at the end of Avengers, we see Steve Rogers, old man Steve Rogers, passing on that mantle of the shield to Anthony Mackie's character Sam the Falcon, and it's kind of passing that mantle. And this is kind of like the follow on from that ending in Avengers Endgame. So this show will be debuting next Friday, March 19th on Disney Plus. It will be the second Disney Plus Marvel show to debut after WandaVision, and look, a lot of fans are pumped for this. A lot of fans are very excited for what this is going to be, because this, first of all, it's going to be a very different show from what WandaVision is. It is, WandaVision was a show that looked into the side of like the magic side, the sorcerer's side of the MCU, witchcraft. Whereas this one is going to be more, from what we've seen in the trailers, more suspense, more thriller-like, more of an action-oriented spy genre show. So it is a very, very different genre, and I think I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens there. I believe it. What we see in the likes of the film The Winter Soldier, I get the feeling that it's going to be something in line with that tone. From what I've seen in the trailers, but it still looks fun as well. At certain points, it looks like there's a lot of fun moments. It's like got that sort of buddy cop vibe between Sam and Bucky as well, which is cool. So, am I looking forward to the show? Basically, am I looking forward to the Falcon and Winter Soldier after WandaVision? And the answer is yes. I am looking forward to it. As I said, WandaVision was ace. I really enjoyed it as a first dip in the TV show side of things for Disney Plus and Marvel. It was a great opportunity to spread their wings in that landscape, and WandaVision was something new. It was something spectacular, something very different from what Marvel has put out in the movies before, and with the different sitcoms, the different styles and the inspiration from them old TV shows. It was a really different show for a lot of us, and I didn't enjoy the first couple episodes. I've said this on the Saturday Movie Show before, but it grew on me, and when it got to the latter episodes, I really enjoyed it. I liked the ending. I feel like it was a good finisher to the show. So has it made me more excited? Really, has it made me more excited to see the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show? And I'd say yeah, because now I get the feeling that we know these are not low budget kind of shows. These are not like a CW Arrow or Supergirl or Flash, and that's not to diss them shows. I enjoy them shows. I used to watch them. I kind of grew out a lot of them. I just didn't have time to watch them. But they're good shows in their own right. But this feels like it's on a different level. It feels like it's on a movie budget level. The budget I was looking on this morning is about 150 million for the whole series. It's saying. Look, that's a big budget, and I know it's probably going to be like 9 or 10 episodes this season, but I'm expecting, again, the way WandaVision was, a film budget like TV show, a HBO like really heavy budget, big budget TV show, and I think it's going to be great. I really do think it's going to be great. I'm really excited to see it. I'm looking forward to seeing what twists and turns it takes. We see all the twists and turns within WandaVision, so it's nice to see. It'll be nice to see where they go with this. What is going to be like them? Then we're going to be thinking of all these big theories, these fan theories within this show, and I'm sure there's going to be points within the show where we're going to be like speculating, or maybe this character's going to turn up, or this other character's going to turn up, or someone's going to die, or something's going to happen. We're going to get a turn of a character. It's going to be exciting. It's exciting for fans. I really enjoyed. This is a point now, as a comic book fan, as a Marvel movie fan, to get these regular TV shows from the MCU, from Disney Plus, from Marvel is super excited now. Super exciting times, really. I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the show, and I can't wait to just see week in, week out this exciting show just unfold in front of our eyes. I think it's going to be great. So, as I said, what type of show am I expecting? And I do think it's going to, by the looks of it, it's going to lend upon more spy and action type genre. I think we are going to see a lot of action in this from the trailers. I think it was a Super Bowl trailer. That was like a lot of like action in that. I think we're going to see each story. I imagine it's going to be like singular missions. They go on missions, and then we see a long overarching story then behind it, and then we see the villain of Baron Zemo come into it, and he's some sort of overarching villain of this show. I think I'd like that as well too. I mean, a recent show I watched was the Jack Ryan show, and on Amazon Prime with John Krasinski. Great show, really good show. If you've not watched it, definitely recommend watching it. But that, it's a spy action show. I feel like maybe they're going to probably go into that direction a lot. Obviously, we're going to get superheroes. It's a superhero show at the at bottom line. That's what it is. But to tread on them lines of giving us some spy and action show would be great to see. I can't see it really. Well, the exciting thing is with this, because there's so much storytelling before it. This is what makes it intriguing as well. We got like the likes of is it Russell? What's his name? Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell's son. Wyatt Russell. He is playing John Walker, and he is like the military's new version of Captain America. And he's going to sort of like take on that mantle within this, and it's a US agent he's going to be playing, or a version of. So now we've got this other element coming in, this like pre-story of the retirement of Captain America, passing on the mantle. Who will be holding that shield within the show at the end of the show? Will John Walker's character be a good guy or a bad guy? I love this before watching the show, knowing that we've got loads of these just intertwined stories and different strings of different stories going on. And this is before the big debut of the first episode. I think that first episode is going to tell us what we're really going to expect from this show. But the excitement and the landscape, knowing that there's tons of different strings and tons of different storylines that could be adopted and told here with different characters, it is very, very intriguing as a fan. And I really can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it, and I really can't wait for next Friday. I wish it was just coming around right now. I wish it was out today. It would have been great, but look, it builds the excitement even more. And I weren't sold at first on the Mandalorian. When the Mandalorian hit, I wasn't sold on the week-to-week model. But then, over time, you realise it is great. Because, first of all, it drips it. So they can stretch these shows across time. So you can have a whole season of WandaVision. And then a week later, or 2-week break, then we get the Captain America spin-off show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it's a great way to do it, doing the weekly format. I know I used to watch the Marvel shows on Netflix, and they used to just throw them all out at one point and just binge it in a day or two. And that was fun, but then once you watched it then, it's like a year or two wait until some type of new Marvel show, and it was just... I didn't enjoy that then, the big wait time. So I do think this is the best way, if you're going to watch it straight away, to have a week in, week out episode. I prefer it now. I much prefer it. And it's good as fans as well, because we have that week then to speculate, to make if you're making content, you make content. You can talk with friends, family about what you think the episode was like. What do you expect in the next episode? As a fan, it just builds a lot more excitement level, and I'm pleased that Disney are doing that on Disney Plus now. I do think it's going to be great. So the next part of this conversation I want to discuss is: will we see a Steve Rogers cameo in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show? What are my personal thoughts on this? First of all, do I think he'll cameo on, and do I think we need that cameo? I don't think, personally, look, it was rumoured earlier, I think it was at the end of last year or early this year, that Chris Evans was going to return to the role of Steve Rogers, and we don't really know anything more than that at this point, and it was speculation, it was a lot of speculation. Will he return? I think initially when I heard about his return, I was excited. And I'm still excited, but I kind of think, do we really need him in this show? This is a show now really building up. The WandaVision show was building up Wanda to be Scarlet Witch, and then this show is building Bucky and Sam, their characters, to be more prime, big time characters within the MCU, within the Avengers. And would that overshadow it? If we have, first of all, maybe if you have a young Steve Rogers coming back as Captain America, or just as Steve Rogers, does that overshadow them two characters? And I think it would, most certainly. If he comes back, he's going to be the highlight of the show, and everyone's going to be overexcited because it's Steve Rogers. And it's not a bad thing, but I think it would overshadow the characters you're trying to build within this show, when it is the show. I think it could work maybe with an end of season 1 episode. The finale, you have old man Steve Rogers, because we know he is present in the MCU in this timeline now. We're currently going to be within the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. If you had a Steve Rogers, old man Steve Rogers cameo, just talking to either Sam or Bucky or both of them about the mantle, and maybe just point them in the right direction. Maybe they've had a mission where some great grand disaster has happened, and it has forced them into a corner to do something they didn't really want to do. It goes against their morals, and then maybe we get old man Steve coming in and pointing them in the right direction. I would only do it in a small proportion though. I wouldn't have old man Steve in the first season anyway as a prominent character. We go back to the Mandalorian. where you have Boba Fett, and he made his debut in season 2, and he was kind of like that Obi-Wan Kenobi like mentor like character for Mando somewhat in season 2, and they could do that here with Old Man Steve, but is season 1 too early? Maybe not too early, but I would definitely do it at the very end of the season, maybe in the finale episode. I wouldn't throw in Steve Rogers early on in this season, and I don't think that will happen. I do think my gut says we will get an Old Man Steve cameo, and it will be at the end of season 1. And look, if they do more with Steve Rogers in other solo projects, like a new Captain America movie or a Steve Rogers spin-off show, I'm happy to see that. I would more than happily welcome that within my viewing watch time. But in this show, I wanted to highlight the positives of Bucky and Sam, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I am excited to see that, and that's what I want to see more than anything else. So another return we've got to talk about here is Baron Zemo. Daniel Bru's character's Baron Zemo. We last seen him, was it in, what film was it? It was in the Winter Soldier, I believe. I think it was the Winter Soldier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Baron Zemo in the Winter Soldier. And look, they're now going for a more comic accurate version of that character. We get the mask, which looks awesome. How prominent of a villain is he going to be within this? Is he going to be a full-on villain, or is he going to be sort of an anti-villain in a way? Because we're getting talk of like they're doing a Thunderbolt spin-off show with General Ross, and he is probably going to be featured within that show, and I imagine that's probably going to be a Disney Plus show as well. I can't imagine that being a movie because they're working so hard on the TV side of things at the moment. So first of all, I'm really excited to see his return. I'm looking forward to this second chance to sort of like reboot the character in a way. And look, I really think he's going to be a significant part of this show as the villain. He may not be, in the end, the main villain throughout this. It could be John Walker's character, it could be someone else. But I do think he's going to be a very big part of this show. And it's going to be a big part of just big character build as well. It's going to be nice to see that rebuilding of that character of Zemo, and to see what he's been up to since his last appearance, and to see where his character goes now and how it develops throughout the first season of this show. So I'm looking forward to seeing his return in this. So next one I want to talk about, who will take the mantle? Who will take the Captain America mantle by the end of the show? Or will anyone take the mantle for that matter? It's not really been. Look, we see it in Endgame, in Avengers Endgame, that the shield is passed on to Sam, but this show is called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, I mean, are we gonna? First of all, does he need to be Captain America? Does Sam Wilson need to be Captain America? To me, he is better as the Falcon. I think why not build a legacy, that character's legacy on its own? If Sam Wilson in the MCU takes over that role and becomes Captain America, there'll always be that comparison. And I know it happens in the comics. The passing of the mantle of certain character names is something that happens in comics, but we've not really seen it in the movies as of yet. And sure, it could work, but I enjoy the character of the Falcon anyway. Why not just keep him as the Falcon? He can have the shield, but he just stays as the Falcon. I feel like at the end of this show, this show is going to be very much about the mantle of that Captain America and the shield. You know, is he worthy of the shield? Maybe Bucky thinks he's more worthy, and maybe that's where we see a bit of animosity between them throughout the show. But the shield was given to him by Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame. So really, he is the deserving one of it. But he doesn't really need to take on that name. We can see season after season, of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he can hold that shield. and he can be that main guy, but he doesn't have to be Captain America. And I would like him to just stay as the Falcon because he is a kick-ass character in his own right, and he is an awesome character. I really enjoy the Falcon, and I hope he just stays as the Falcon. But because I think he's a good character in his own right. You don't need to give him that name. It won't make any change. He's a great character. He's a really good character. So last thing I want to talk about here, and last thing I want to really touch upon here, is would the Falcon and the Winter Soldier have been better suited to be a movie? Now, look at it. We've not seen the debut yet. It's still we've still got to wait till the Friday it comes out. Would this have worked better as a movie? So without knowing what the plot is really going to be, I think this is something that could work either way, because it could be a follow-on. You could have it as a Captain America spin-off movie, follow-on, and you could have them both them leading characters, and I'm sure a lot of people would like that. But if we were telling a story of long-term storytelling now, and if we have the opportunity to tell something over 6-9 episodes, I think it's so much more exciting as a TV show. And I'm really glad they've chosen to do this as a TV show. So I'm very much in the boat of this is good as a TV show. It's the best option for it, and I'm really happy that Disney Plus have decided to put this out as a TV show and to follow it on from what we've seen in WandaVision. So I am so excited for Friday. I can't wait. So in other movie news this week, it has been reported by Deadline that Avatar has overtaken James Cameron's Avatar has overtaken Avengers Endgame as the all-time highest-grossing film at global box office, following on from the China reissue. So basically, this past week, the movie was reissued in China, the Avatar movie, and it was literally, I think it was like $7 million it needed to reach to overtake Avengers Endgame, and it has now overtaken that. It is now again the global all-time film release, and look, kudos to them. Kudos to the release. I don't know why they released it. It seems bizarre that they released it because it is now owned by Disney, right? Isn't it? So I don't know why they'd want to overtop Avengers Endgame, but I don't know why it works like that. But what do I think? I never enjoyed that movie. I never enjoyed it. It's a lot of money. Obviously, it's made a lot of money. It's got a lot of fans. I was never a fan of Avatar. It wasn't a movie for me. I'm not one bit excited for the sequels. However many sequels there are, I'll probably maybe give them a watch at some point. But I'm not I'm just not that keen on it. I couldn't even tell you what the plot was. I don't even know what the whole movie's about. I really couldn't tell you. If you said recall the events of Avatar, I couldn't tell you anything about it really. It's just not a movie for me. But you gotta take off your hat to them and say, I'm not gonna literally take off my hat, but you gotta say well done to them, because that movie has got a lot of fans and it's made a lot of money over the years. It's the highest grossing movie of all time. It's topped Avengers Endgame. But will at some point something top it? Will Avengers Endgame get a reissue and do the same thing? I'm sure it will. I feel like this is going to be a scrap that continues for quite some time. We see like Avengers Endgame overtake it, and then we see that overtake that again. I think this is going to be just a continuous thing now. I think over the next couple of years, we'll see reissues of both movies, and we will continuously see the movies to get more money in, and they will just rise in profits over time. So it's good for, the way I look at it, it's good for the cinema industry, it's good for the film industry. So for me, it gets a thumbs up either way. I don't feel any negative feelings towards Avatar being top grossing film, as much as I do love Avengers Endgame. But look, it's great for movies overall, and that's the way I see it. If it's good for movies overall, that is a good thing. So the next movie story I want to talk about today is here in the UK cinemas. So we just had a report basically that cinemas across, I think it was in LA, they're going to be reopening as of Monday. And I think that was an article on Deadline or Hollywood Reporter. I will link it in below as one I was reading this morning. But we've had an article this week coming from Digital Spy. Basically, Digital Spy have reported Godzilla vs. Kong. The UK release will details confirmed this week as it skips cinemas. So, Godzilla vs. Kong will officially skip UK cinemas and will be available to watch online from April 1st. And no, this isn't an April Fool's joke. So, here in the UK cinemas, we have got a rough date. I believe it's around May 17 for movie theatres, cinemas, stadiums, bars, pubs, sort of entertainment industry reopening here, and that's a date at the moment that's set, but it's not set in stone. Anything can change. We know how things are changing with the pandemic. But Godzilla vs. Kong has now it's skipping the cinema release here in the UK because we won't have the cinemas open, basically. So it makes sense. It makes sense that it's just going to go straight to digital, straight to streaming. We're going to get it a few days after the initial release in the US. I don't mind. I'm again, the way my opinion is shaped over the last year, I'm happy to watch movies at home. I'm happy to watch it on my big TV in the house. I'm happy to just chill out, watch some movies. It doesn't bother me. I feel safe within the confines of my own home, and I'm looking forward to watching that movie in my armchair and just chilling out. So it'll be awesome. Is it a big loss to the cinema industry? Sure. Every movie that is missing a cinema release here is a missed opportunity, and it's a big loss in profits. But look, they've got to look at the safety aspect. If they can't open cinemas here in the UK yet, sure, other places across the world, like in the US, may be opening cinemas. But here in the UK, we are taking a precautionary approach to this, and I think that's the best idea to take anywhere in the world. Anywhere, you've got to be careful, keep everyone safe, and that is the best way to go forward with the reopening of different types of venues across the world. So it's definitely the best approach in my opinion. So let's now get to some of the things I've been watching this past week. So I have finally got around to watching Godzilla 2, King of Monsters, or is it God of Monsters, King of the Monsters. Great movie. I've been looking forward to watching this. I've been meaning to watch it for weeks on end, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy... So here's my background with these movies, the MonsterVerse movies. Look, Godzilla, the first movie, I didn't really enjoy it. I wasn't a massive fan. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just feel like it didn't really do much for me story-wise. It was a bit disappointing. Kong Skull Island, I really enjoyed. I feel like that was the best Kong movie I've ever watched, for one. It was much better, in my opinion, than Godzilla, the first Godzilla movie in this new reboot. And I was really happy with that movie. So, Godzilla 2, I didn't really have a high expectation of what this movie would be. I felt maybe I wasn't a massive Godzilla fan from that movie. I've never really watched the older like Japanese movies. I've never watched those. Something I'm intrigued to watch now. I would like to watch them at some point. Just find the opportunity and the time to watch them all, because there's that many different ones and different timelines within the movies. But getting on to Godzilla 2, I really liked it. I feel like it was a much better movie than the first one. I feel like it was on par with Skull Island. I really enjoyed what we seen in the ending of him becoming that god, the king, and it was great. And the monsters in it were amazing. I liked the human characters. The human characters were good in it as well. A good relief and a good, you needed that human element, that point of view element, and they are our point of view element. But the monsters were breathtaking. The battle scenes were great. really good battle scenes, and this has just made me so happy and so like elevated now to watch Godzilla versus Kong. I'm really excited to see that. I think it's going to be great. I really enjoyed the trailer to Kong versus Godzilla. So this movie, watching Godzilla 2, just really pumped me up to seeing this now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it now. I think it's going to be a great watch. We haven't got much time to wait now. It's just right around the corner, isn't it? So as I said, April 1st here in the UK, we're going to get it. I think it's the 26th, the rest of the world. So it is very much a happy time, a joyful time to be a movie fan, most definitely. Let's get on to a bit of housekeeping now. Short bit of housekeeping, guys and girls. So, let's say, what have I been doing this week? What have I been doing? I've not been doing any filming, because I've stocked up on a load of filming over the past couple of weeks, so we've got plenty of videos that are coming out over the next few weeks. I'm getting a few renovations done throughout the house this week, so it's going to put me to a point where I won't be able to film anyway because there'll be drills going on and everything. So that was the plan, get video content done. I've got a bit of editing on, as I said, at the end of the month, every third month now, I've said this in previous videos, I want to do something special. So the plan of action. Now, we've got a special video coming out. I'm editing it at the moment. It's definitely coming, and it's going to be out at the end of the month on a regular Thursday video, but it's a super special one. And look, you got to throw out what you're going to do. You got to throw out what you're going to do, and you've got to commit to it and let it breathe and let it come out. And that is something I'm working on. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to try and build the excitement. But look, I'm working on a cool new video series, and it's going to be coming out on like the last Thursday of this month. I think it might be the 25th. I may be wrong, but I will let you know in advance. The end of the month, though, at every third month now, so like the third month, the 6th month, 9th month, and the 12th month, I want to do something special. What I'm thinking of doing, unless it's like a big news story day, is doing a full-on Saturday movie quiz, a full episode dedicated to a quiz that you can all get involved with, that you can all leave your answers to. Just do a full-on episode with one movie being the discussion of the quiz. And that is my idea at the moment. I'm still swapping and changing, but I feel like that's going to be the goal for this like big episode. And I've got a few other little things up my sleeve, what I'm working on, and it's just time. I'm trying to get everything out in time. But I feel like a big movie quiz, a full episode, like a 30-40 minute quiz, would be really cool. And look, I like being a quizmaster. I'm the master quizmaster, the way I see it, the master movie quizmaster. So everyone likes quizzes, everyone's at home. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do a big movie quiz. Let's go for it. So that is the plan of action right now. Subject to change. We'll see how it goes, but that is what I feel like we're going to go in the direction for this community here for the end of the month. So what else have I been working on? I've been working on yesterday doing some more comics for the Patreon. Had a few changes now. I can't remember if I discussed it last week, but basically I used to do Webcomic Monday on Patreon. You can sign up to my Patreon if you enjoy my content. The lowest tier is like $1. And I used to do weekly comic pages every Monday of the month. I've now swapped it where I've started introducing a podcast as well, a movie-related podcast. So now the way we're doing it now is Webcomic Monday every Monday apart from the last Monday of the month. The last Monday of every month, I will now be putting out of some type of movie podcast. So we've had the Watch Order Task Force, which has been over the past 2 months, and we may get another episode this month, or something different, another movie-related podcast, but it's all going to be movie, TV, pop culture related, because I know that's what you all like if you're watching this channel. It's what I enjoy talking about, so it's a win-win for us all. But if you want a bit more extra content, it's always there for you. So you know what? It's there. You don't feel obliged. Don't feel like you have to do it. But if you enjoy the content, you want to support the channel, the community more so, check out my Patreon. It is all the links are in the the bio below, in the YouTube bio. Check it out. And it is cool. The podcasts I'm doing there are really enjoyable. I'm enjoying doing them. They're good fun, just good humour, not serious at all, just something fun for you to have. And that's what I just want to do, is create fun entertainment, lighthearted entertainment, all circulated around the world of movies. So that is that's housekeeping over. That's housekeeping over for today. And look, let's just sign this off now, because I think we're at the end of the show. But look, we've got a big week in the world of Disney Plus with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show. What do you think is going to happen? What are you expecting from this show? What type of show are you expecting? Do you think we're going to get a Steve Rogers cameo in this show? Or do you think it's going to be someone else making a cameo in this show? Who do you think will have that mantle of Captain America come the end of the show? Or will no one have that mantle? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, folks. I really want to know. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and check out the rest of my movie-related videos as well. Leave your comments below on the episode. And you know what I say at the end of the episode. My signature sign-off now for the Saturday movie show is, I'll see you next Saturday.